Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Please subscribe to my channel, it makes a huge difference to me and I'll love you forever if you do. In this video you're going to hear two sob stories. I'll leave you to decide for yourself how much of the second one you think might be true. Meet Joachim Budenbender. Joachim introduced himself to Serafina. "Hello," he said, "you look so beautiful and charming. I hope you don't mind if we can be friends," and sent her a rose. "Hi," said Serafina, "that's very kind of you." "I'm Joachim from Munich, Germany," he said. "And you?" "I live in Glastonbury," said Serafina. "It's a small town in Somerset in England." "Nice," he said. "How is your country? And what's the time over there?" "How is my country?" asked Serafina. "That could take hours to tell you. It's 10:15. How is your country?" "Can I ask you for something?" he said. "Of course." "Can I call you on video call?" "Of course," she said. "Can I see you too?" This is an increasing trend amongst scammers, who almost immediately will ask to audio or video call you. Unfortunately for them, this almost always gives the game away. If they audio call you, you can hear straight away that they have an African accent. I know that sounds biased, but it's just a fact that most of the scammers that have contacted me so far have been from Africa. And of course, they won't video call you, or at least they won't appear on camera, because you'll see straight away that they aren't the person that they're claiming to be. So Serafina tried calling him, and he didn't answer. She said, "I guess you didn't mean it. Why didn't you answer?" "I'm a bit busy," he said. "Give me some time." "So why ask if you can video call me if you can't?" she said. "Let me know when you're ready. I have to see a client in half an hour's time." He came back a few hours later. "Sorry for the late reply. I was busy with work. I'm here now. I hope I do not bother you. I was really attracted to your profile picture and your tender, pretty, gorgeous, lovely, breathtaking and adorable face piqued my interest to contact you. And I must say you're beautiful, and you wouldn't tell me that you're still single." "I am single, yes," she said. "My partner and I split up 2 years ago. Do you want to call me now?" "I will call you," he said, "but not now." "Why not now?" she asked. "I can call you." "Because of my work," he said. "Please, you need to understand." So Serafina tried calling him, and he didn't answer. He said, "I'm going to call you myself." "Okay," she said. "Now or later?" "Later," he replied. Serafina asked him how old he was. He said 58 years. "And you?" "I'm 50, she said. "Petroleum engineer by profession," he answered. "Wow, you're exceedingly beautiful." "Thank you," she said. "What's the nature of your work?" he asked. "I'm a spiritual lady," she said. "I work to bring peace and harmony to people's lives." "I'm short of words. I think it's nice work," he said. "Tell me more about it." "It's difficult to explain," she said. "It's a gift I've had since I was a child. My father's mother was a Romany gypsy. She had the gift too. I grow my own herbs and make oils to help balance people's chakras. I also buy special candles from a lovely shop in Glastonbury. I like those to help bring people harmony, or whatever my spirit guide tells me they need." "So, can you tell me about myself?" he said. "If you video call me, maybe," she said. "Depends what you believe you need. It's a two-way process." So he called. "I can't see you and I can't hear you," said Serafina. "I can't help you if you won't turn your camera on and talk to me." "The camera's on already," he said. "Then sit in front of it so I can see you," said Serafina. "I think the connection is bad," he said. This is a classic scammer technique. If they do call through, they'll then pretend that they can't actually appear on camera because their connection is bad. It's not true. "Go somewhere with a better connection," she said. "Sad face," he sent. "Why is a beautiful woman like you still single?" he asked. "I told you," said Serafina. "My partner and I split up 2 years ago. I wasn't ready for another relationship. What about you?" And here comes the first of those two sob stories. "I am not married, but I have a son. His name is Kelly, and he is 10 years old. The woman that happens to be the mother of my son cheated on me with my best friend when I was away for a contract. Now she's married to my best friend. Ever since then, I stopped believing in love. I don't think true love exists. I loved her, but she chooses to pay me back in infidelity. I haven't been able to love again." "That's sad," said Serafina. "We can just be friends. Do you have a relationship with your son, or will she not let you see him?" I have a relationship with him when I'm not at work, he said. He lives with my ex-wife. If I'm in the country, my son comes to me, or maybe because of school on the weekend. This is an arrangement between me and my son's mother, because I cannot leave my son alone when I'm away. I have to go and do some work, said Serafina. Let me know when you're ready to video call me. That might have been a mistake, Serafina. I think you should have worked out by now that he isn't going to video call you. Can we just forget about this video call, he said. The main reason I ask you for the video call, just to know if you're real, because I've met a lot of scammers online, so I'm scared to meet another scammer. Due to my work, I can't be receiving video call, just any harm. But when the time comes, I promise you I'm going to call you on video call. You're going to see me. But for now, let's forget about it. I hope you understand. Can I know about you? No, we can't forget about it, she said. It was your idea. And as you say, there are a lot of scammers. I need to know you aren't a scammer. So no, I don't understand. And I won't continue talking to you unless I see you on video. I hope you understand. OK, he said. No problem. And then he asked for her email address and suggested that they move to Hangouts. On Hangouts, he said, how are you doing? Serafina said, I told you. I won't talk to you here until I see you on video. You have no problem about that, he said. I started it, so you have not worry. Exactly, she replied. You started it, so I'm waiting for you to appear on video. If you won't, you can go away. It was you that talked about scammers, not me. Sorry, he said. Mind the way you talk to me. Goodbye, said Serafina. I said I will call you, he replied. Why are you panicking? And I said I'll talk to you after I see you on video, she replied. So goodbye until you call. And then the next morning she said, I'm here whenever you're ready to call. Sorry, but I now think it's you that's scamming, as you apparently won't call. As you can see from the screenshots, that was on May the 14th. A week later, on Saturday, May the 22nd, he came back. And he said, how are you doing today? You're right. I'm good, thanks, she said, having a lazy morning. What you said about me is the truth, he replied. That you're a scammer? She asked. Yes, he said. I knew that, darling, said Serafina. I need to tell you the truth, he said. And here comes the second of those sob stories, and I'll leave you to decide how much, if anything, of what he said was actually true. Should I light a candle to help bring you harmony? She asked. Please forgive me, he said. Why did you do it? Asked Serafina. Because no one to help me and my family. That's sad, darling, she said. I've been running from place to place to look for help, but no one cared to help me and my family. I have been suffer for years now. Cry, 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 cry. I'm really sorry to hear that, darling, said Serafina. Thank you so much for caring. I really appreciate it, he replied. I will light a candle for you, she said. Do you have a wife and children? No, he said. I'm a young boy trying to survive. I'm just 25 of age. OK, she said. I hope things improve for you, darling. Did you ever manage to scam anyone? Things is getting worse every day, he said. If I tell you this, I know you won't believe, but I've not eaten anything since yesterday evening up till now. Just to put that in perspective, it was lunchtime when he typed that, so he hadn't eaten breakfast. That's bad, said Serafina. Have you ever had a job? No, he said. Where do you live? She asked. Lagos, Nigeria, he said. That's a huge city, isn't it? Said Serafina. Having worker is very difficult, he said. The only way you can survive is when you open a business on your own, and doing that is when you have the money to do that, and now I don't have any money with me to open any business. Could you go to one of the rich parts and offer to wash cars, or brush out yards, or wash windows? She asked. That will still cost me some money to do that, he said, because here in Nigeria, money is everything. How do you get money for a phone? She asked. Me and my friend are using one phone, he replied. But it still costs money, said Serafina. If there are two of you, set up a business washing cars or windows. How long would it take you to walk to one of the rich areas? It will take up to 250 kilometres, he said. Lagos isn't that big, replied Serafina. To any of the rich areas, yes. No, said Serafina. Lagos is about 55 kilometres from north to south. I just looked. And actually that was an exaggeration because she measured to one of the far outskirts. No, he replied. So she said, Tell me how long it would take you to walk to the nearest rich area. An hour? 2 hours? 250 kilometres from the coast takes you to Ilesa or Ogbomosho. But I'm planning to move to Abuja, he said. I feel it's more lucrative there, because there are a lot of wealthy people who live there. And he sent her a helpful screenshot to show how far it was from Lagos to Abuja. Yes, he continued, but I'm not financially capable to relocate now. That's a shame, said Serafina. I never said I was rich, he said. No, she replied. Could you hitch a ride with a truck driver? It's very risky to do that because of bad roads and bad security problems, he said. I'm curious, she said. Whose photo did you steal for your Facebook profile? Someone sent it to me, he said. When you were trying to scam them, she asked. Yes, a friend of mine sent it to me, he said. I don't really know who has the photo. OK, she said. Did he just send you one photo, or did he send you several photos of the same man? Several photos of the same man, he replied. I've said repeatedly in previous videos, and this absolutely proves the point. Never send lots of photos to somebody that you've just met online, and be very careful which photos you upload to dating websites. This is how these scams get photos. They either get them from unsuspecting victims who've believed they're talking to a genuine person and send loads of photos, or they've stolen them from dating websites. If someone that you're talking to repeatedly pushes you to keep sending them pics, then ask yourself very carefully, is the person that you're talking to genuine, and what do you think they might do with the photographs that you're sending them? I thought so, said Serafina. So they were either taken from a dating website, or he believed he was talking to a real woman and sent them to her. Are you a Christian? She asked. Yes, he replied. Do you know what the 8th commandment is? I do, he said. I promised to stop it. So you aren't a true Christian, are you? She said. If you promise to help me, he replied, and I'm not going to do it again. I so wish I believed you, replied Serafina. Is a promise me? So, are you going to help me? No, said Serafina. OK, he said, no problem. Thanks for your time. So, after telling you the truth, this is what you have to say to me? Yes, she said. You lied to me. I know I lied, he said. I think that's also in the 10 Commandments, said Serafina. But I'm really sorry for that, he said. That's good, she said. If it's true, I will light a candle for your enlightenment. And I still ask you for forgiveness, he said. It's God you need to ask, said Serafina, not me. I have done that, he said, and I'm still asking you to forgive me too. OK, I forgive you, she said. I wish I thought you wouldn't do it again, but sadly I don't. And help me, please, he said. No, said Serafina. I give you my word. I'm not going back to that again. Thank you so much for your time. And he disappeared. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube.